Who want war? It's about to go down. What's good, folks? It's your main man, Dookie. I got something I kind of wanted to do for you guys and give you a head-to-head battle of 3 budget Bluetooth headphone options that are in the same price range that I think you might want to check out. This has nothing to do with the fact that I didn't want to do an individual video for all 3 of these headphones. Not one bit. So I got 3 headphone options for you. Like I said, all within the same price range. Let's start it off. We have the Millatron Share Me 5s. They currently go for $49.99. This is the most expensive of the trio. They have 40mm drivers, Bluetooth 4.1 technology. They get you about 16 hours of Bluetooth playback time, and they have that built-in Millatron Share Me feature that we'll talk about a little bit later on. Up next, we have the S-Bode QB-V8 BTs. Now, if you've never heard of S-Bode, I recently did a review of the M400 Bluetooth speaker that I'll be putting up here or somewhere up there. I recently did a review of that, man. It's a dope little Bluetooth speaker. These are some headphones by the same company. These currently go for $39.99. They have 40mm drivers, Bluetooth 4.1 technology. The book was kind of all over the place, but they said between about 16 to 18 hours of playback time. And I know you see the bling, I know you see what's going on. These are the Reeboks. Reeboks is RIWBOX. I'm gonna call them Reeboks. These are the Reeboks XBT 780s. These currently go for $39.99 as well. These have 50mm drivers with Bluetooth 4.1 technology, and they range about 18 hours of playback time. Now, I've had these 3 pair of headphones for varying amounts of time. The Share Me's I've had longer. We're gonna start with these, and we're gonna start off across the board with the most superficial thing that is the looks and the feel. What does it look like? How does it feel? So the Millatron is a pretty simple, basic looking headphone. You got a little bit of branding right here on the side. Then you have clearly labeled ear cups on the inside that say left and right. On one side, the only buttons that you have a power button, and you have a plus and a minus button, which will control your volume up, volume down, and changing tracks. On this side, you have a 3.5mm jack, and you have your micro USB for charging. These are the only ones that fold up like this. So if you like to fold up your headphones, maybe throw them in a little bag. Honestly, I like the black and the gray look. Little fake metal accent right here with plastic. And the ear cups are nothing special. You know, this is about the faux leather or the faux whatever that you're gonna get on headphones this size. All of these are roughly over-ear headphones. Your mileage may vary depending on the size of your ears, but they all have about the same size ear cups and holes in the middle. I can honestly say, putting this on right now, that I do get a full over-ear feeling. These may not be the biggest, but that is the case. Got a little bit of thin padding here at the top. Not very much, like, you know, not much like if you really like padding at the top. It does feel comfortable, you know, but it's not a lot. And these do extend as well to accommodate different size heads. Now, I have a huge head. Even with my hat on, I don't need to wear them at full capacity or full extension, but that's something you may want to consider. That's how I feel about the Share Me's. Now, the S-Bode, on the other hand, these are just simple black. I know they have other colors, but the kind I got is just a simple black. Right here on the outside, it has this kind of fake painted metal type of brushed metal type of look. You can tell that's just plastic, more plastic. These are the only ones that rotate. They rotate in, so if you want to throw them in your bag flat like this, or maybe if you have a case like the case that I reviewed here, you can put them in this case. You can put them in there, put them down flat, and you're good to go. Keep those in your bag. Looks wise, if I'm just being straight superficial, these don't really do it for me. You won't think about them ever again. Let's put it on my head. And it's a weird feeling. Like, it's still, yeah, it doesn't really, I don't feel comfortable with these on. These feel the cheapest. These give you that cheap, you know, I wouldn't trust these to be really harsh on them. If you're really harsh on headphones, these might not be the ones for you. And we finish it up with the Reeboks. You see the bright white. You see that this has the most look at me style available. Shout out to the homie Antoine of Just Doing Life. I actually got an email about these the day that he did a review of them. I was like, yeah, go ahead, let me check them out. I saw that he got the black version, so if you want to see what the black version of these look like, make sure you go check out this video. I'll put a link up to it up here. This is the white version. It's got these gold accents. Cookie said it's like a rose gold, almost kind of pinkish. If you see, it's got accents over here. On the inside, it's got a little bit of yellow striping, but it does have clear left and right markers. Now, we're usually up top where this is, you know, a solid band with some padding under it. The ear pads on these do feel kind of a little bit softer than the other pair. It looks sort of like that same material, but if I was just going based off of look, this isn't my usual style. Like, I'm not trying to rock the white with the gold accents, the fake gold. I think overall in comfort and feel, these definitely feel the best. Like, just overall head experience, these definitely feel the best. Like I said, this one I've had the least amount of time, so who knows how this white, these will endure over time. You know, throwing it around, if you don't keep your stuff pristine, these might start looking a little dingy after a little bit, so you gotta keep that in mind. Now, I recently made this video where I was talking about what is my main, you know, what does value mean to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play some music. To me, that should be what you choose your headphone decision mainly on. There are other factors, but for me, it should really be about the music. What does the music sound like to you? I'm gonna start it off with some Mobb Deep, Shook Ones. Rest in peace to Prodigy, man, one of the greatest ever. This beat, for me, this is one of the epitomes of hip hop. The beat is building and dynamic. The loop is crazy. Shout out to Havoc, an amazing producer. And then vocally, Prodigy, I mean, he was in his prime, just going off, snapping on this track. So I'm going to check this out. We're going to listen to it across all three headphones. And then I'll let you know. If you can't tell by which one I'm wearing, I'll make sure you check at the bottom so you'll see which one I'm wearing. And we're going to go ahead and get into it like that. Let's power it on. I'm going to start with the S-Bode. Now, oh man, the beat building in. Okay, these don't sound bad. Let's go. Trying to speak the done language. What the drilling with that dough? It ain't banging. You hooked on mob phonics. Infamous bonics. Lying to the pop dog like you want it. Ooh, okay. The S-Bode. I don't feel like I got anything on the low end at all. I didn't get very much bass. It sounded tinny overall. Like, it sounded like it was coming from, it sounded kind of cheap. I mean, it did sound bad, but I definitely listen to hip hop, definitely listen to something like Quiet Storm. You know, the mids did sound clean. The mids sounded clean. The mids were definitely the cleanest on this, especially in the beginning when he was talking with the sounds from the rains and the thunderstorm. That's when everything sounded the best. Once the music kicked in, the bass kind of fell all the way off, and the highs was just like, it was just like. So let's go to the Xiaomi 5s. Ooh. Okay, now I'm listening to the same song, The Thunder, that I heard in there that I thought was pretty good. Sounds much better in this. Ooh, I feel that bass starting to come through. I put my lifeline. Ooh, I'm the Quiet Storm nigga who fight rhyme. P, now you heard of him. Now I ain't concerned with them. Yeah, I pop more guns than you holding him. Okay. That definitely was a much better listening experience than the other ones. Same volume. I didn't change the volume here on the phone. Everything was just clearer, sounded fuller. It was a much richer listening experience. The bass had a little bit of bump. You know, like you could actually hear the kick. Like I said, it's Quiet Storm is not the most, like this ain't, you know, some Miami bass music. Shout out to the homie Tosin. But it definitely got that kick, that thump that you should get when you're listening to some good hip hop. That definitely sounded, just overall, sounded much better than the S-Bodes. The highs could have been a little bit cleaner. You definitely could tell this was emphasized for the low ends, you know, because it kind of, that experience when it kind of feels like it was like almost everything on the top end was muffled a little bit. Like it still sounded good, but like compared to like a nice, clean sounding pair of headphones, these sounded a little bit muddy, but it was definitely a good experience. Like I feel like I could listen for a lot longer with these than the S-Bodes. Like it wouldn't even be a competition. Now that brings us to the Reeboks. These have a 50mm driver, and I've been listening to them, and I thought they actually sounded pretty good. Let's see what they sound like in comparison to the other ones. Put those on my head. Yeah, these definitely feel better. It's the real hip hop. Woo, okay. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me go back. Let me go back to these and see if I can. This one might be a little bit closer. I had to go back and forth. Sound wise, the S-Bode, they're going to sound better than most of your cheap $10 headphones, except for these headphones that I got from Monoprice that I did a quick review of $10. If you need the ultimate $10 headphone, I don't think you can get better than that. But that's a whole nother story. But these just, in comparison, for the same price, these from Reeboks blow them away completely. And for even $10 more, you get better sound, better feel. I like to find the best deal. I would say spend just the $10 more on something like this. Now comparing these two, that's tough because sound-wise, and this is something I noticed from the beginning when I first got these get the loudest. So if you're just looking for that loud, pulsating sound, these definitely get the loudest. Even now when I went back and forth A and B them, but these sounded much better. They sounded fuller, clean. I could hear the separation between the left and right stereo. So if something was panned to the left versus it being panned to the right, you could really tell. If I just had to go on pure sound, I think these sounded better. These got louder. Now, before I'm done, since I'm having such a hard time choosing between the Mixitors and the Reeboks, I'm going to switch up the genres completely. Could come out here with some jazz, classical. I'm like, nah, I'm going to do some country music. My homie, Big Dog, Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey. You're as smooth as Tennessee Whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I'll stay strong on your love all the time. Okay. Alright. What's good? You already know what it is. You already know your boy got them silky vocals. I don't even know why y'all bugging. Sound-wise, like I said, sound is always going to be the most important factor to me when purchasing some headphones, especially when they're all in around the same budget range. And honestly, I got to give it to these Reeboks. They have the overall best sound of the three. Like it's just clean, it's rich and full. You know, I'm not gonna say that these are all audiophile or that these are audiophile, but it's a really, really nice sounding pair of headphones. But to wrap all of this up, because it's really hot in here and I'm done, I'm tired of all of this, between the three that I mentioned here, this pair of headphones from Reeboks is a great deal. I'm loving the sound. I love the quality of it. I definitely feel like I could take this around and it's not gonna fall apart. You know, maybe other people's mileage may vary, but for me, I've had these in my car with me, taking them back and forth to work. Not mad at them at all. But I'm gonna get up out of here. It's your Kinfolk Dookie. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. And always remember to holler at your boy. Time to get up out of here, 'cause you're as smooth. Oh! as Tennessee whiskey.